vlog in Pensacola, which is in the Florida Panhandle. Pensacola is known for a bunch of different things, including history, its beaches, its nature, and the tourism that it gets because of its natural beauty. But today's vlog is not really about that. Today's vlog is a bit of a mission for myself to see if I can have breakfast, lunch, dessert, and dinner in 4 different states. I've started off with breakfast. I've ordered some oats with maple syrup, with peanut butter, with berries, huge portions as usual. It'll get a lot more interesting along the way. I'll take you guys to different restaurants and foodie spots in 4 different states. I'll tell you about each of the states as we go on, and I'll show you around, so a slightly different vlog than usual, but I'm hoping you are going to enjoy this delicious tour with me. Driving through the Pensacola beach area now, and if you watched my last vlog, you probably already know a few fun facts about this area, and the one that stuck out to me the most is that the sand here is so incredibly white because there's a lot of quartz in there. So that's pretty cool. And the other thing that's quite memorable to me is that it is arguably another one of America's oldest cities. So I visited 2 of America's oldest cities in a matter of 2 days, which is incredible. But this one was apparently established 6 years before St. Augustine, but it wasn't as continuously inhabited. So yeah, those are all fun facts from my last vlog, but I also wanted to include them here because since I am driving through to get to my next meal, so to speak, I thought it would be fun to include them. But just look at that. Absolutely stunning, and when the sun comes out, it's even more spectacular, I think. As promised, I have come to Alabama for lunch, and not just any lunch place. I have come to Dauphin's. Now, Mobile is a really interesting place because it is the first city in Alabama, and it was founded a whole 117 years before Alabama actually became a state. And the amazing thing about Alabama itself is that it's the only state to have all the natural resources required for steel and iron production, which is why as soon as you look out from high up above, which is where I am now, you'll see construction upon, you know, ships being built, factories, production facilities. And Alabama was actually the place that a lot of the rockets were manufactured. It was the first place where rockets were manufactured. So if you look out, it's a lot more industrial than it looks from down below. I'm looking forward to this lunch. As we get closer to Mississippi and Louisiana, there's starting to be a lot of Creole influences in their food, so the spices are something that I'm easing myself into today. Let's see how it goes. I've ordered a poke bowl, which in Europe comes in a tiny little bowl about this size, but here it looks like a plate that I will not be able to finish. The wonderful thing about the poke bowl is that it's got spiced nuts as well, and that I was not expecting. It said so in the menu, but I expected them to be like tiny little things almost woven into the dish, but they're separate. Oh, look at this. They're gigantic. This will definitely be adding some flavor to it. My cameraman has ordered a chicken about the size of his head, and we have also got a side of fries. Amazing though. The flavors in this part of the US is really something that you have to come and try, because everything just has that little bit of an extra kick. Spiciest poke bowl I've ever tried, for sure. My mouth is burning a little bit, so I think number one, it's time for me to get used to spices and Creole flavors for my upcoming adventure. And number two, I think it's time for dessert in a whole new state. So that lunch was $37, which makes me laugh because if you compare it to Miami, where I was only 2 days ago, Miami would have been about triple that for pretty much the same amount of food, if not less. And I'm noticing the more north you go and the more further out of Miami you go, the lower the prices come down. I'll actually include a few pictures of receipts that I took in Miami just because I thought it was a crazy amount of money to pay for the small amount of food that we ordered, but that's what you get for being in a much bigger city. Here I'm noticing that the portions are bigger, the prices are smaller, and the people are happier, even though everything is a lot more simple and minimal. All these territories are very swampy in comparison to what I was seeing this morning or even yesterday. It's funny going all the way from Miami, which was a city, and then going on well-constructed roads through basically fields and flatness, and then all the way to old towns, all the way to something very industrial like we just saw in Alabama. And then over here it's just you're driving above swamps basically, and if you look at a map you can even see tiny little water streams basically making their way through these swamps.
Hazard reported ahead.
Do you guys remember that navigation system with the dog that I set up in Dubai? I'll link the vlog above right now, but yeah, never took that off. Still very much here. Well, I said I would have dessert in Mississippi, so I have come to Biloxi to have my little ice cream in the most random of places that I honestly just found on Google Maps 5 minutes before arriving, but it turned out to be amazing. I've got chocolate fudge flavor with strawberries, and then under that I've got cookies and cream flavor with little Twix bits. So it is what dreams are made of for Christina anyway. Biloxi is quite famous because it is one of the most populous cities here in Mississippi, which has a total population of 3 million, and Biloxi is number 5 or 6 on the list. And it used to be even more populated until Hurricane Katrina hit in 2005, which unfortunately devastated the place. A lot of people left and never came back. Mississippi in general is a pretty cool place. It's got a big agricultural system to it, and it is currently producing anything from cotton to soybeans to sweet potatoes to maize. So yes, definitely a lot going on in that area. And for me personally, Mississippi is special because it is one of the first words I learned how to spell in English. Mississippi. I was about 5 years old and I was very proud of that, and I still remember it. And from here, it is time to go, with my ice cream in hand, to my next destination, which I'm sure you can guess from this map that I'm going to put right over here. It is a place full of soul, art, history, and everything in between, and it is going to be my next stop for a few days, and obviously for dinner today. if you haven't guessed yet, dinner tonight is in New Orleans. I am super, super, super excited because New Orleans is just one of those places that I've always wanted to come to, but never had the chance until today. I think my love for New Orleans started back in school when I first read A Streetcar Named Desire, which was based here. And ever since then, I just had this image in my head of this incredibly creative, inspiring, soulful place with amazing food. So that's exactly what I've come to try. So this is my starter. It's called riz au lait. So milky rice, I'm guessing is the right translation. With truffles. Yes, this is fantastic. A lot less spicy than my lunch. I'm going to wish you all an amazing time whilst I stuff my face with this milky rice, and I hope to see you next time with a more detailed vlog of this incredible place called New Orleans.